The much anticipated regular NFL season starts next Thursday, but at some point, football poo-bahs must grapple with a big question. Given the injuries involved, should they abolish preseason games and instead have only joint practices? Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to better navigate these turbulent times. Professional team sports have preseason exhibition games to evaluate players, old and new, while getting them up to speed after months of inactivity. But professional football has a special problem here. It is America's most popular spectator sport. It is also a violent one, and paradoxically, one of the most cerebral ones as well. The average length of an NFL player's career is little more than 3 years. Quarterbacks, who are by far the most highly paid in this sport, last far longer because they are protected by special rules from being manhandled in a tackle or sack, precisely because they are so valuable. In preseason contests, they cannot be hit by opposing players. Other players have no such immunity. This year's preseason football game saw 5 players carried off the field in stretchers. Football talent isn't cheap. Is it wise to put players in jeopardy before the real season begins? Given the physical risks, some observers say the time has come to do away with preseason contests altogether. Joint practices between two teams, a growing phenomenon, can allow players to be evaluated, they say. Defenders of preseason contests counter that practices won't be the same as actual games in judging players, especially new ones fresh from college. The leap from collegiate ball to the NFL is fearsome, both in adjusting to the pace of a pro game and to the high quality of opponents. You really can't gauge a player's ability except in an actual game, where a new one can actually shine and win a coveted place on a team's roster. Practices also don't do justice to seeing how an aspirant performs in various scenarios. Nonetheless, those who think it's time to eliminate exhibition games declare the injury risk-reward ratio makes them not worth the effort. After all, the number of such exhibition games over the years has declined from 6 or more down to the current 3. Not long ago, overtime was abandoned. At the same time, the number of regular season games has been increasing from 12 to 14 to 16 to 17, and now owners are pushing for 18. And then for many teams, there are the playoffs, culminating in the Super Bowl. Such a long season inevitably will take a toll. Collisions between players on the field have often been described as similar to being in a car crash and how the body feels. Tackle football will never be injury-free. The increased injuries that will result from the soon-to-come 18-game regular season make the perils of preseason play an unaffordable, unforced error. I'm Steve Forbes. Thanks for listening. Do send in your comments and suggestions. I look forward to being with you soon again.